right, so today I want to talk about a song called "Greed" by Jiwoo, and I just do a little guitar tutorial and harmonic analysis on the song. So I came across this song maybe a week and a half ago. My friend, who's really into K-pop or KR&B, um, just introduced me to a couple of songs, and then this popped up on the Spotify radio, and I when I first heard it, I was just like, "Wow, this is so cool." And it immediately reminded me of like a Chet Baker sound. So especially the voice, it's very airy, warm, yet soft tone, and like the instruments as well. It was like a complete like just jazz setup, right? You have like brushes on the drum kit, you got upright bass, piano. It's just like something that I just completely did not expect for a song that came out in 2019. Um, so yeah, I thought it was really cool. I really liked the chord, so I decided to transcribe it, and so here's what I came up with. The song, kind of yeah. So something cool about the song also, it doesn't have repeating lyrics at all, um, and yeah, which is awesome because I think it's whenever it feels just very honest like as a song. It's not trying to conform to any like special form or like verse chorus or anything. It's just literally this person, or like the way I'm hearing it, it's just like this person just honestly singing and expressing themselves, and I think that's really nice. So yeah, let's just get started with the song. So we start in the A section. A section starts like this. I'll just play it once through. So I'll for each section I'll play it once and then break it down after that. So here's something sounds like this. So yeah, that was the A section. Let's break it down. So we're in G major. We start on the one chord, which is G major 7, and then we go to this chord, which is 4. So it's a C chord. It's C6 9 sharp 11, which some people also call D over C because it's this D triad over the C bass. So this D you might recognize from the bar shape, the regular bar chord shape. It's just this, but over the C, which is a very very nice sound. So it's like C with you're skipping all the early chord tones, right? You get C, E, G, B. You're skipping all those, and you're just playing the rest on top. So you got what do you have? You have D, F sharp, A. So you stack thirds. You take away the first couple, and then you take the rest. So very very cool chord, very jazzy for sure because of all those extensions. And then the third chord, this is a very very nice B minor 9. This voicing in particular, is very cool in my opinion because you get. So if you play them one at a time, it sounds like, pretty stable, like pretty, just like a minor, like kind of mysterious but sincere, just like sound. But when you play them together, it sounds very tense because you get this clash, right? So it builds a lot of tension. Also, this note here, this ninth of this chord is not part of the key, so more tension, right? So we get do do do, and then we get this E9 and then E flat 9. So this is just part of one bar. It's just E9, the shape, and then you're stepping that 9th down to the flat 9, and you get this A minor. So essentially, what we had there is just 2/5 of 2. So this is the B. The B minor is a 2 of 2. The E and the E flat 9, E9 and the E flat 9 are the 5 of 2, and then you get the 2, which is A minor. So yeah, those are those chords, and then the piano plays a fill after this, which takes us to this chord, which is really nice. really, I don't know if nice is the right word. It's like it's this minor major 7. So this is a A minor with a major 7. So A minor, and then you get this G sharp, which is, this is the chord that I always associate with like sinister, like Halloween, or like maybe like in a detective show or movie. When there's a cliffhanger, you'll just hear something like, or, something like that. Something bad happens, especially almost in a comical way. Like it's almost sinister in like that, in like a comical way. At this point, but yeah, so that's that chord, and so okay, and then yeah, the reason it doesn't sound like super sinister in this setting, because one reason is just so temporary, right? We get. We immediately resolve it back to the A minor 7. This time I'm playing A minor 7 with the 7 higher, just to get that, just to emphasize that resolution. And then yeah, so we got and then it's just 2, 5, 1. And 5 we're splitting up between the sus. So this is D sus 4. You can also call it C over D, because you get the C triad. You get the C triad on the top, but a D in the bass. So before we had D over C, and now we have C over D, which is kind of funny, but it's not that funny. So there, and then we kind of resolve that sus up instead of down. Usually you might hear that. This time we're resolving it up, so the sus 4 steps up to the 5 of that chord. Yeah, also just a common way of resolving sus, but yeah, so yeah, just essentially just 2, 5, 1. And then we're back in 1, ready to repeat ish. We repeat that whole thing, except for we're skipping out that minor major part. So just to play it real quick. So that's the end of the A section, and that's a little bit, that's it. And then we get the B section. Again, I'll just play it through. So we get yeah. So yeah, I don't know all the lyrics, but yeah. So the chords there were C major 7, and then C minor 6. So this is just 4. So C is a 4 of our scale. So we got C major 7 and then C minor. So 4 minor 6 in this case. And yeah, that's 4 minor is pretty. There's tons of YouTube videos on this, but 4 minor is like, I don't know. I like to call it the cheese chord because it sounds very cheesy, but not in this context. But yeah, like in a lot of places, in a lot of songs, like whenever it's almost a cliche, like whenever you want the listener to feel sad or or sometimes you use that as a climax of the song, or like you just want the listener to feel like a sense of like you're lying for something. 4 minor, and it's done, and people love it. Yeah, so check out some videos on YouTube. There's a couple of really funny ones on 4 minor. But yeah, but in this case, I don't know, it doesn't sound that cheesy. I think it just fits the melody really well. And yeah, because the melody goes do do do, and then the melody on that chord lands on the 6th of that chord, so it just feels like totally in place, and it just feels right. do do do, and then we move to the B minor 9 again, which is the 3 chord. Do 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 do. So yeah, we have 2 5 of 2 again. So just like the A section, B minor and then E, so E dominant and then A minor. Except for the difference in this case is we're playing the sharp 9 instead of the regular 9. Instead of just a subtle difference, but yeah, I think that's what the piano does in this case. And the A minor, and then D13, and then this one is pretty nice. This is D minor 11, and so we're setting up for a 2 5 of 4. So this is the 2 chord of C. So 2 5, and then we're aiming there. So there's a target, and this is how we get there. So do the roses grow? So this is 5 of 4, which is G7. We're playing that 13 on top, and then stepping that tension down to the flat 13. I also call it augmented sharp. It's the same as sharp 5. And then we end up to a target, which was the 4 chord. After a nice chromatic fill on the piano. So yeah, the shape again, it's similar to that C shape, just in the A section. It's this D triad over C, except for we're doubling that 9th on the top, just because that's where the piano kind of melody line, the lead line goes, not the melody line, just like the higher notes on the piano go. And then C minor 6, except for again we're holding that top note as well. And then B minor. So it's very similar to the start of this B section, but we're just like slightly different voicings to like emphasize the like some continuity in the lead line, right? So we get do 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 do. That's what we get. So yeah, so we get that C minor 6, and then we get B minor 9, B minor, this time with the 7th here, playing the 7th here for the reason I was just talking about, and then we get B flat 13, and then regular B flat 7, and then this 2 chord. So yeah, very similar to that start of the B section, just a little bit different. So this B flat 13 is really just a substitute for what we had before, which was the E7 sharp 9. And if you just look, they're pretty much the same chord. Even visually on the guitar, you can see, so this is E7 sharp 9. I'm going to replace my index finger here with my middle finger here, and then move that index to the bass to here to get B flat 13. So yeah, they're the exact same chord, just moving the bass note. And yeah, and that makes sense because B flat 13 is called the substitute dominant of the E dominant, E chord. So sub 5. So again, they both have the same purpose. They're both aiming towards A minor, right? So they both want to go there. This one, E7, wants to go there. They both want to go there. Yeah. So essentially the same function, just slightly different sounds. But yeah, just to recap, we get and then 2 5 1. Rather you stay, and then we just like stay on this 5 chord a little longer. Then we repeat the A section after this. So we repeat the whole A section once, and then obviously different lyrics. Oh, not obviously, but different lyrics. Different lyrics. And then, so we repeat that whole thing once, and then we repeat it again, but the second time there's a piano solo. It's a really nice piano solo, but it's the same chords as the A section. So far we have A, B, A, and then the next, so after the solo, we get a new section, which is kind of like a bridge, I would say, but let's call it C. So this is the end of the piano solo. I'll play it. Just might be the death of me. How lovely you are. How lovely you are. Yeah, so that's the C section. And it really, the start of that section really reminds me of like a piano exercise that I'm working on, which is, you're just playing 2-5-1, and then the 1 becomes a 2, and you play 2-5-1, and then the 1 becomes a 2. So it sounds like this. And on and on and on. So like a sequence, but so yeah, we get. So first we get, we're originally in G, right? But we have, to start this section off, we have a 2-5 in B flat. Yeah, no, that's right. So we have 2-5 in B flat. So we got. So that's just C minor, F, C minor 9, F 13, and then the melody steps chromatically down. So mine. Yeah, and then we get this B flat 9. I'm choosing to echo the melody here because it's it's really hard to sing chromatic lines, especially really high for me. So we get this B flat 9, and then like the exercise, B flat 9 becomes a 2, so B flat minor. So we get B flat minor 9. So that was just B flat, and then E flat 9, and then A flat. So that was 2-5-1 in A flat. So we had 2-5-1 B flat, 2-5-1 A flat, and then the piano plays this fill. And instead of continuing on that sequence, we have 2-5 in G. So instead of going we do something else. So we go, which is one higher than we were expecting, right? Because we were expecting, if we were expecting that sequence to continue, we would have expected something like we would have expected A flat minor 7, but we get A minor 7. So it's like a little surprise there. So it's like, yeah, it's a little step higher than we thought. So it's like a bit of a surprise, but we're back in the original key, which is the good news. So this is we get 2-5 in G major, which is the original key. So the Creed just might be 2. This is again 5, D13, and then we get. So instead of resolving like usual, we'll start to build tension. So this is one of the climaxes of the song, and I felt like this was really well done. It just uses so many tricks in the book. So one thing, you're increasing the rate of chords. So like the harmonic rhythm is what it's called technically. But essentially it just means you're changing chords more frequently. So we have a new chord on each beat. So we got, and then also we're going higher up pitch wise. So like pitch wise we're going up, which is whenever like when you're speaking, like when you have a higher pitched voice, not when you have a higher pitched voice. It's like when you raise your pitch, you get more intense, right? So that, that's also what it's doing here. It's also mimicked in music. Like you're going higher. And you get more intense. So harmonic rhythm, just like pitch, also just the chords themselves have more tension in them, and yeah, let's just talk about them. So we got B minor 7 flat 5, and B altered, and then E altered. So again, like functionally, what we have is again we're just aiming towards this resolution, right? We're aiming towards this A minor. So we have again like before we had 2-5 of 2 a lot of times, but this time we're just doing it more intensely. So we got, so this is B minor 7-5-5, and then this one, this is a B altered, and the tensions here are we got sharp 9 and sharp 5, which are very tense, right? So we're building towards that climax resolution. So, and here again we have E altered, and here the tensions are sharp 5 and flat 9. Yeah. And then we're back home. Like it's like we just grew in tension, and then we get back to this A minor, and it's like, oh, relax, like calm down. And it's just relaxed again. So yeah, I thought that was really nice. So what are the lyrics here? Just might be the end of me. How lovely you are. How lovely you are. Yeah, and so after we settle on that 2, there's a little fill on the piano. So yeah, and then 2-5, this is D13. So as he's singing that last R, the chord changes underneath to this even more tense chord. So the 5 chord, this is 5-13. Where does it want to go? It wants to go, or that's where it wants to go, right? But by changing it to this chord, I'm gonna so I think it wants to go even more to here. And so the reason being, there's a couple of reasons. So let's just talk about it. So this is a D flat 9 sharp 11. So I mean the first thing's obviously like there's more tensions, right? There's more extensions. You get this flat 9, the flat 9, which is not part of the key, and that just even wants to like return somewhere in the key, right? So like the key is kind of like where we feel very comfortable, very safe, very stable, and this is like pulling us away from that. So it's pulling us back, right? So it's out there, so it's pulling us back, and it really wants to go here. Yeah. So that's one tension it has, and it also has a sharp 11, which also out of the key. So you got two chord tones here which are out of the key, and they're both wanting to resolve. So this one, it wants to go here, right? Yeah. So yeah, they both. So yeah. Very, very, very like out of context, it just sounds kind of gnarly, but I feel like the more tense it sounds, and like the more like out it sounds, the more satisfying that resolution is, and the more you want that resolution. So it's like the stronger the pull, like the stronger like the magnetic force there, pulling it back to this one chord. And so yeah, we do get that resolution. So we get and then so that was the C section, and we get this A section again. A section's exactly the same as before except for the ending. So let's just skip to that ending part. Yeah. So this is the different part. ends there. So the ending, so the only difference is that very last bit. So the line is, "True, you and I, be true. Let's be true, you and I." True, you and I, you and I, and it ends on the 5 chord. So it doesn't resolve. It doesn't go back to there. And we'll talk more about that in a bit. So the chords there were, so we got, we ended on that 2-5, and then instead of resolving back as we usually do, we change that dominant chord to a minor chord. That just lets us know we're not done yet, right? Like the song's not over. And so we got D minor, and then we get again 2-5 of 2. I mean, just the 5 of 2. And then 5. And the song just ends there. The song ends on the 5 chord. Yeah. So yeah, that's the song. And so the ending is very interesting. And I really like the ending. I think it works so well, even though it's unresolved. Like, it's not super uncommon to end on the 5 chord, but usually you'll end on the you end on the 1 somehow, right? But in this case, we leave it unresolved, and I just think it just works so well in that context. So yeah, I did this experiment before, but like, what if we changed? What if we did end on the 1? And it just, I'll let you see if you like it, but I personally do not like it that much. Yeah, I mean, I like it unresolved. I think it fits the overall vibe of the song, and like, I feel like that because we just ended on like another sort of climax there. The singing pitch went really high, and like, it was pretty climactic part of the song also, and I just don't feel like there was enough to resolve, for it to resolve, like in terms of like, how that song went. There's like, for the most part here, and then we got that climax in the C section, and then we brought it back down, and then we went back up, and like, I don't feel like there was enough extra time there for it to come all the way back down to like resolve. And I just really like the way he did it, which is just like leave it there. And I feel like it fits well with like the themes of the song as well. There's a lot of like, I have the lyrics up here, and there's like a lot of like unstable, like the song is about like, this person just like talking to is probably like this other person who he just really loves and who he really cares about, just telling them how much they mean to them. And like, but there's also a lot of themes like, of like temporary like unstable themes, like, there's stuff like, we'll only miss violets till the roses grow. There's things like, what is rare only rarely lasts forever. There's like, and with time I've come to find my greed might just be the end of me. So there's like some unstable themes there, and I think that unresolved ending is just, well, one, it's beautiful. I don't think it needs resolution. Like, it feels like it doesn't need anything else. And yeah, and so that's the song in my transcription. If you guys hear any corrections, please let me know. I hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, have a nice day.